Well, happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome to the Mamapreneur Podcast. I am your fabulous hostess with the mostest, Robin, and welcome to episode number 52, y'all. Again, get ready for the sound effect. So for every episode, I always am in awe of the fact that we are 52 episodes in. I'm just very grateful for you all who tune in every episode. Grateful for my guests that come on every show. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always give shouts out to our fearless leader, the amazing Kesha Kesh. Thank you for this opportunity to be on the platform. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, I appreciate you, girl. I appreciate you so much. So, for my newcomers who are new to the Mamapreneur platform, welcome. Welcome to the craziness. Welcome to the fun. All right. So, before I get to my fabulous guests, because tonight I got some amazing guests that will be on our platform tonight, and you get to hear their stories. It's going to be amazing. But before I even get to them, you guys as audience members, I put y'all to work every show, and that's what we're going to do tonight. So first things first, I would like to know where you're tuning in from. Where are you tuning in from? Type that in the comments. This platform is growing so much where it's not just the DFW show. It's hitting people on all platforms. This cool thing called analytics. So you're able to see who's watching. It's great. So type in where you're from in the chat. All right. All right. Next, I do drawings and giveaways every show. But in order to get entered into those drawings, you must share tonight's live broadcast and replay if you're watching the replay. So you must share in order to get added into the drawing. All right. And then I will do the drawing shortly after tonight's live broadcast. So you got time right now to share and type hashtag Mamapreneur in the comments. All right. Hashtag Mamapreneur. All right. So sharing is caring. You never know who this show may bless. So share. All right. I always have the coolest guests that come on too. You know I'm likable, but my guests are just as likable. And somebody may be watching and identify one of my guests tonight. So you might want to go ahead and share, okay? Lastly, if you are an entrepreneur in the audience, this platform started from a networking event. We're going to network tonight in the comments. So if you are a business owner, type in your business name, you tag your social media, website, whatever. So never know where your next client may come from. So type your link and everything in the chat. All righty. And for those who don't know me, my name is Robin. I am based here in the DFW area. I am a mama to a 13, almost 14-year-old, going on 49-year-old son, who is my sunshine. So I work in corporate by day, but I do a little bit of everything outside of that. I like to call myself the Jackie of all trades. I'm so getting a shirt made. I'm talking to somebody right now to do me a shirt. It's on and popping. You'll see it on the episode at some point. And so I am a paparazzi consultant is one. If you guys can see, if my digital background will be nice. So I got my jewels on today. You can go to and follow my jewelry page, Rejuvenate Jewels with the Z Boutique. That's Facebook and IG. All right. And Mary Kay Consultant, been a consultant for over 15 years. I love all things Mary Kay. So if you need some skincare, some things, holla at a sister. And then been in the beauty industry for about 25 years. And I am now sliding into the coaching and consulting realm with my coaching business where I coach salon suite professionals how to grow their businesses and work smarter, not harder in their businesses. And I am Savvy Salon Systems on Facebook, IG, and TikTok. And of course, this big baby here, this show has been around for over 2 years. So 2 years, episode 52. So that's a quick little introduction about little old me to our newbies who do not know who I am. So few announcements before I get to my guest. First things first, have you subscribed to the Mamapreneur Podcast YouTube channel? Okay, so if you're on YouTube now, I need you to just click that little old subscribe button, click. And then if you're not on YouTube, you're watching us on Facebook or listening to us, I just need you to hop on over to the YouTube channel for Mamapreneur Podcast and press that subscribe button. I'm going to be posting all kind of updates. Of course, you can see the show from there, all the things. So make sure you subscribe to us, all right? Also, if you're a female entrepreneur out there and you need some community, I have a Facebook group called the Mamapreneur Tribe. You can do a search on Facebook for the tribe, and I can accept your invite from there. But it is a group of female entrepreneurs from all over the country. Everybody that is on tonight's show is a part of the tribe. I do brunches in town. I do planning a retreat as we speak for my tribe members, so we can learn and grow and be, just all the things. I'm so excited about the retreat. So my ladies who are attending, they're going to be in for a treat. All righty. Entrepreneurs out there, if you have not been able to come onto the show and you're looking for a way to get some exposure for your business, I am currently booking for one more show in 2023, and I'm booking for early 2024. So this is your sign. Here's your sign. This is your sign to go ahead and send me a DM at Mamapreneur Podcast on Facebook. Send me a DM to let me know that you're interested in being spotlighted on the podcast, and I'll be happy to give more details. And also for my fellas, I am doing an episode for guys, entrepreneurs. This is your sign. Here's your sign. This is your sign as well to let me know that you would like to be on the show, featured on the show, and I'll be happy to provide more details. That's at Mamapreneur Podcast on Facebook, or to me personally, if you know me personally, shoot me DM, text, whatever, and let's chat. Let's connect. All righty. Also, for my people who cannot come to the show that are business owners and you do not have time to come onto the platform, but you want your business advertised, I do have spots open for affiliate marketing. So let me know if you're interested in that, and I can go into more details. That's more of me advertising your business for you, you not physically being a guest on the show. Some of my ladies, I have one of my guests tonight. We did it for her for an event that she had back in July. Now she's here tonight. So I love to be able to do that for any of the business owners that are tuning in tonight. All right. All righty. Also, for my entrepreneurs out there, Mamapreneur brand has been doing some fabulous webinars lately. And I have another one for you. So I put a poll out there to my tribe and to see what should I do my next webinar on. And so someone mentioned get more clients. Someone is like, get the name out there for their events. And so I've called this webinar, How to Get More Peeps in Seats. Amen. So it's going to be September 18th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll be posting the flyer here soon. But September 18th at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So more to come on that. So I will teach on how to get people to your events and more butts in seats, as one of my coaches calls it. So be on the lookout for that. Also for my salon professionals, I am doing a free webinar as well this month. I got a couple dates, so you got to reach out to me to get those dates. But if you are a salon professional, salon suite professional, and you want to learn how to fill your books on a more consistent basis, That's what it's going to be about. So reach out to me directly and I'll be happy to provide more details. All right. So before I get to my two fabulous guests, each episode, I always do some amazing affirmations. I like to encourage you all. Entrepreneurship is such an emotional roller coaster, if you will. So I like to encourage you all. So tonight is no different. And so if you like to write these down, feel free. Or put them in your notes section like I did in my phone. Okay. So first, it's I am ready to take the leap of faith and achieve my goals. I am ready to take the leap of faith and achieve my goals. I will be a person of my word and honor my commitments. I will be a person of my word and honor my commitments. I attract high quality clients for my business. I attract high quality clients for my business. I am committed to taking consistent steps toward my goals. I am committed to taking consistent steps towards my goals. Everything I touch is successful and prospers. Everything I touch is successful and prospers. I am trusting God in this waiting season. For those of you in a waiting season or feel like you're in one, I am trusting God in this waiting season. Success, love, money, and happiness comes to me easily. Success, love, money, and happiness comes to me easily. All right, y'all, that's it. That is it in a nutshell. So I would like to introduce to you all these two amazing entrepreneurs that I have tonight that I adore so much. So I have the amazing Eugenia Brandy, who is owner of, is it Gold? I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Or just Gold Label. I want to make sure.
Gold Label.
Gold Label Apparel.
Yeah.
And I have Tracy Poe of Communicate Great and Oh Yes, I Can. So let's give these ladies a round of applause. Let's do some claps in the chat for these two amazing ladies. Clap in the chat. So I'm going to start with Eugenia Brandy first. Sis, and introduce yourself. Tell the people in podcast land about you and the amazing things that you do.
Yeah, absolutely. Hi, everyone. I'm Eugenia. I am from Newark, New Jersey. I'm currently located in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I'm in the Queen City. I am a creative. So I'm a creative strategist. And right now I am working on a few different brands, but focusing on my apparel brand, Gold Label. And Gold Label is pretty much a brand that's dedicated to the beauty and the softness of Black women. And so I've been trying to build that out. And I'm very excited to be here on the Mamapreneur Podcast and talk about my brand and talk about what I have going on and what comes next.
I love it. Yes. Yes. So talk about how you got your brand started. How did you get Gold Label started? What made you say, I want to start a business?
Yeah, absolutely. So I come from a family of entrepreneurs, and it seems like we're always dibbling and dabbling in different things. And so I knew that I wanted to own a business for myself. I've always had a lot of ideas about how to build brands, and kind of how to connect with customers. And specifically with like graphic design, I am self taught. So I didn't go to school necessarily for graphic design, but I'm self taught, YouTube videos, hopping on Photoshop and just kind of playing around with things. And naturally, as I just became better and better at it, I would just create designs, flyers for people, logos, things like that for people. And at some point, even with like graphic design, just looking at the different like t-shirts and hoodies and things that I'm constantly purchasing, I realized that there was like a bit of a gap in between like promoting the aesthetics of Black women in particular. We pretty much we influence so much of pop culture. We influence
Yep.
so much of American culture. And I realized that we aren't really at the forefront of a lot of the aesthetics that, people are wearing, or, they might copy us, but they're not going to give us, the credit or so. And so I figured, you know what, let me just create a brand dedicated to the softness of Black women, leisure, the beauty of Black women, our colors, the things that we like to wear, the things that we like to do. And so that's kind of what I focused on with this brand. And I started off with a swimwear brand, Black Women at the Beach, beautiful in swimwear, just kind of using a bunch of different bold colors and bold designs. And so that's kind of where I got started. And so I've had family and friends who are like, oh, I need to get a t-shirt and yada, yada, yada. And so I'm just like, you know what, let's make this a thing. And I built it out, and I'm very proud of my brand.
I love it. You better monetize.
Yeah.
These claps. These claps. So let me give you a little backstory on how Eugenia and I met. So Eugenia and I met through a women's group. As you all know, who tune in, who know me, that I love anything community. And so we met through this group, and we led a group for a little bit, and just kind of connected. And a while back, I did a pitch competition, and Eugenia was one of my winners for the pitch competition. And that was this Pitch Your Biz pitch competition. And she won a spot to come on tonight. And so I'm just glad to see her, because she's all the way in North Carolina. And so I'm just glad that you're here, sweets.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're gonna slide over to Tracy Poe.
Hello.
Over from North Carolina to Tejas.
That's right.
So Tracy Poe, tell everybody about you and Communicate Great and Oh Yes I Can and all the things.
Sure. So Communicate Great is my company, and I have a background in communication. And so kind of all the things, and really it's got two paths. And one path is where I lead workshops and go lead team building and do all those kinds of things with communication as the topic. And then the other path is where I work with people who I especially love to work with introverts, because I am a massive introvert. That's one of the things I tell everybody. But I really love working with people to help them be more comfortable and confident in getting their message out. And so that is another path that I do, helping people. I have a Bye Video Camera Shy challenge, and I help people with their public speaking. And so all of those things. And then the Oh Yes I Can Women in Business, that's actually, I brought Robin in as a speaker at our conference. And so as I was thinking about Communicate Great and getting it started, I was having a conversation. And one of the things I said was, you know what? I really feel like women need to support women.
Absolutely.
And so that Robin and I had this conversation, and as I was listening to her, I just had the light bulbs like, oh no, I've got to bring her in to speak. And so one of the things I say is, let's see each other as collaborators and not competitors. And so we have had our conference, and we're going to be having different events moving forward. Some of them are going to be monthly, and I'm calling those the business bump ups. And so have plans for retreat, Robin, with the retreats and online summit. And so just several things with the Oh Yes I Can Women in Business, just because I want to say, you know what, hey, ladies, let's just really get behind each other and support each other.
I love it. You gotta go, Tracy. So, backstory on Tracy, same situation. So, Tracy and I met on a virtual networking event. Everybody tonight I've met somehow, networking somehow, some way, and it's going to all tie together, the point and the purpose of the Mamapreneur brand and such. So, same with our CEO of Power Team, Kesha, same situation, all through a networking event. So that's how Tracy and I met. And it was just, I always put my Calendly link for people that want to just kind of know more, because they put you in breakouts and they're so quick. So it's like the tip of the iceberg in those breakouts. And so when you get to talk to people individually, it's more in depth. And that's how it was with Tracy. And we had a conversation, and like she said, she stopped me in mid-sentence and was like, I got an opportunity for you. So if you guys saw a flyer with me on it, with other ladies at a speaking engagement, a conference, it was Tracy's conference, the Oh Yes I Can conference. And it was my very first speaking engagement. So we have Kesha to thank for my first podcast appearance. And now I have my own show. And then I thank Tracy for giving me my first speaking engagement ever.
I love it.
And it was a great time. Great time. Just love you, Tracy. Eugenia, talk about what's next for your brand. What is something next that you want to do for Gold Label?
Yeah, absolutely. So at the moment, Gold Label is kind of on a pause. I'm in a place where I'm rethinking the types of products that I want to offer, and I guess how I want the brand to position itself. So originally I didn't have an Instagram for the brand because I just assumed, okay, like with my personal brand, this will just be like an extension. I don't really feel the need to have like a separate Instagram for it and a separate blah, blah, blah. But I realized I did myself a disservice because at some point the brand didn't stand on its own. And even when, I'm not necessarily active on my socials or whatnot, the brand still needs to be able to kind of live on its own and live apart from me. And so kind of at a place now where I'm about to completely build the brand outside of my personal brand, especially as I work on my consultant business with creative strategy and whatnot. So I don't want to conflate the two. So at the moment, I'm taking a little pause.
Consulting, you better work.
Come on. Absolutely. So I recently got a business coach. Very excited about that. I didn't realize I needed it until I got one. And so she's kind of been helping me in a place where I'm starting to actually outline my business and my consulting services, because originally, it was mostly just like referral based. I will always have people reaching out to me like, hey, can you help me out with a content strategy? Hey, I need some help with like a brand strategy. Can you help me out with some like partnerships, tactics, things like that? And I would always just kind of like do it, present something, whatever, but I never quite took it serious. I'm like, I can do those things, but like, I'm looking for a job. I need somebody else, do it on somebody else's dime, blah, blah, blah. And I finally got to a point where it's just like, girl, like you can do this thing. You just kind of need to build out a process, automate a few things, create some workflows. And so I didn't realize it until getting a business coach. Shout out to my business coach, Sheree LaShoe. I didn't realize it until, kind of talking to her, and she's helping me build things out. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is what I've been needing. So in the midst of that, I realized I was doing myself a disservice, even with my t-shirt brand and apparel brand, where I'm not giving it its full due. And so taking a hiatus, I'm going to go back and kind of build out, the t-shirt brand a little bit more, get more of a digital presence, get a few more places to get more brand awareness. So that's kind of what I'm in the middle of right now.
And that's okay. Cool thing about entrepreneurship, you can pivot at any time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you have you have a coach, so you can start consulting. That's great, because I bet you've been giving away services for $3.99.
Absolutely.
Hashtag $3.99. better start charging folks.
Right. Yeah.
Charge everyone. Amen. Charge everyone.
Absolutely.
Well, I can't wait to hear more about, once you get it going, the consulting. I can't wait to hear more about it, and see if we can bring you back so you can talk about it more. Once you got some things kind of streamlined.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I'm so proud.
Oh, thank you. I would love that.
Amazing. Tracy, I know you have some events coming up on the 16th of September. Am I correct? Oh, I may got it mixed up. What do you have up next?
So there is a September bump up, but it will be monthly for the Oh Yes I Can. So then the following month we'll have a bump up. And I have a public Facebook page for the Oh Yes I Can Women in Business events. And that's where we'll have listed the upcoming events. And it's also on my website. So people can check out the upcoming events there as well. So,
and talk about more of Oh Yes I Can. So somebody that don't know what Oh Yes I Can is, kind of elaborate a little bit more about Oh Yes I Can.
Sure. So let me go backwards into my previous life. So I taught college for 10 years. And I always tell people that the ironic thing is that one of the classes I taught was public speaking. And again, going back to what I said earlier, I am a massive introvert. Don't put me in front of people, but yet I was teaching public speaking. And so it was a required course. And I had students that didn't want to be there. They had to be there. And so I would just get down at their eye level and I would say, yes, you can do this. We're going to do this together. And so when I started thinking about doing this event, this conference, which catapulted into the other events, my first thought was, oh, yes, I can, because I am a cheerleader. I am a deep encourager. And so I'm always telling everybody, yes, you can do this. And so that is why I called it the Oh Yes I Can Women in Business. So that's the backstory there. And again, it just goes back to I want women to get together and to not just network. At the conference, one of our big pushes was collaboration. And so when there was a collaboration that happened, the women would let us know. We would take them the mic and we would ask, what the collaboration was. And they would tell us, and they would tell us who was involved, and everybody clap and cheer. And so the monthly bump ups that we're going to be doing, it's basically a mini version of that conference. So at the conference, we had speakers, Robin, and we had workshops. And so there will be that, element at these monthly events, and some will be virtual and some will be in person. And so if people want to join from across the United States, you absolutely can. You do not have to be here in Texas. So, but I want that element. So there will be just a small learning time. And then the rest of the time, we will have concentrated breakout rooms where women can get to know each other. And hopefully there will be some collaborations coming out of this event. I know, Robin, you left the conference with some people lined up for your show. Is that correct?
I did.
Yes. And I think a number of women there walked away with something. I know another speaker walked away with 6 clients that day. And so I got so excited watching all of the win-wins that were happening.
Love it.
So that is that. Now, I don't know if are you going to go back to Communicate Great, or did you have more about Oh Yes I Can?
I was just you talked about Communicate Great in the beginning, and so that's why I kind of wanted you to kind of touch more on Oh Yes I Can. So you can, we want to hit all the parameters. All the parameters. So yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Before we close out, Eugenia, tell everyone how you can be followed, how you can be reached.
Yeah, absolutely. So I am currently active on Instagram at Brown Girl Lux. That's BROWNGRLLUX. And you can find me on the same handle on TikTok. Not as active on TikTok just yet, but we're getting back there. So those are the two places that you can connect with me, or even on LinkedIn if you want to add me. Just Eugenia Brandy. You can find me. So I'm good there.
I'm going to add you right now. I just
Yeah.
started my podcast page for the show for on LinkedIn because people have been on me. You need a LinkedIn. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
whatever. And so I did it. And yeah, so I found you. I found you. All right. You know, I had to do it live because we would have got offline.
Nice.
Okay, Tracy, let the people in the back know how you can be reached.
Sure. So on all of the Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, all of the places under Just Communicate Great.
Amazing, amazing. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming on tonight, gracing us with your presence. Thank you all so much. I appreciate the both of you, and I'm so glad that we connected some way, somehow.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Robin.
You're welcome. You got Tracy. We'll definitely be in touch. I'll see you in some shape, form, or fashion, child. And Eugenia will be in touch. Thank you, ladies, so much. Take care.
Have a good one. Good night.
Bye, y'all. Give these ladies a round of applause. These amazing entrepreneurs. Give them a round of applause in the chat. Yes. Well, we're not done. We're not done at all. I got two more. Two more. We ain't even gonna speak proper English today. Mo, M-O. I got the amazing Natalie Clark, and I got Jaleesa coming up shortly. So they're gonna be coming up. Make sure while we're waiting on them to come up, you guys share the live broadcast and make sure you type hashtag Mamapreneur in the comments while we bring the ladies on. I'm excited to have these two on, honey, Jaleesa Buck and Natalie Clark. And I'll give little tidbits on how we all connected because, again, it's all about connecting, getting out there, collaborating, connecting, and networking. That's what this thing here is all about. Excited for them. So first things first, I would like to introduce the beautiful Jaleesa Buck. Jaleesa, hey girl, hey.
Hey, how are you?
I am well. Welcome. And the amazing Natalie Clark. Natalie Clark, we're going to introduce her as well. I'm going to call her the GOAT, and I'll tell her why in a minute. Natalie, the GOAT Clark. Yes, honey. Welcome.
Hey, thank you for having me tonight.
Absolutely. So we're going to Jaleesa first. So Jaleesa, the beautiful Jaleesa Buck, she's going to tell you about her amazing Christian brand. She's a brand coach and strategist. And so take it away, Jaleesa.
Hello, Robin and Natalie. Nice to see y'all tonight. And thank you so much for having me tonight. It's truly an honor to be here. So I'm Jaleesa, and what I do is I help women to boldly and confidently walk in what God has purposed them to be. And the way I do this is through helping them develop and build personal brands that are intentional and that really showcase who they really are so that they can reach the people that God has created them to help in the world with their gifts. I have a few different things that I do. I am a coach, and I do have programs available for people who need coaching and just accountability and support. But I am also kind of coordinating women empowerment events now since I just recently moved here to Dallas. And I have my own podcast and some new things that I'm working on, but I'll save it for a little bit later in the show.
Amazing. I love it. Jaleesa, I love that you have a niche. You have a particular niche. You niched it down to the niche of nicheness. That's not a word, but we're going to create it today. I say that because Christian women. I mean, is there so many Christian-based businesses, Christian-based, entrepreneurs out there? And I love that you focus on branding. A lot of people don't understand the how important branding is to your business. You can have the best chicken all day, but what's your brand look like? Just saying. And so I love that. That's where you say, all right, I'm going to teach people how to better their brands.
Yes.
Talk about your brand auditing. You said you have a brand, you do a brand audit on entrepreneurs that you work with. Kind of what does that entail?
Yeah, so the brand audit is a 2-part session that we do. So what I do is I kind of evaluate my clients first when they come on. Is we go through an assessment and I get like more detail on what they're trying to do and who they are personality wise, as well as their current, like their gifts, their spiritual gifts, and just getting an insight on who they really are in the direction that they're trying to go in. And then what I do is I take a deep dive into their online presence, their services, their offers that they're putting out right now. And most times people who come to me for a brand audit, they are lacking visibility, or they're not getting the sales, or they're just kind of feeling like, I would say not disgruntled, but maybe a little bit like lacking confidence in what they're doing. And so once I go through the background and just seeing what's really going on, then I give them an insight from different strategies that they can use. I give them insight on how to improve these areas so that they can put their messaging together to attract the right people. Because sometimes it's just small things, and a lot of it, some of it is you're not speaking directly to the right people, and sometimes it's you're talking to everybody, and it's like sometimes you know who you're talking to, but you don't know how to talk to them, and sometimes you're just talking to everybody, and then you're talking to nobody. So we look at messaging, and I pay close attention to that more than anything, because if you don't know how to talk to who you're trying to help, then your message is falling on deaf ears.
I learned that from my coach. You're right. You ain't lying about that. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Now, and after we do that assessment, then we do a strategy call together and we discuss everything. And then they walk away with a report and an action plan on how to move forward. It's kind of like a done with you service versus like a DIY thing, because I do want to hold you accountable with it, but it is only a 2-session, a 2-session service.
Okay.
Yeah.
And talk about your empowerment group. I love that the 3 of us that are here all got a group of some shape, form, capacity, network, which is good to have network, child. You never know when you may need that network. But talk about your empowerment group that you have out.
Yeah, so I just recently started the Dallas Divinepreneurs Network, and this network came from me just trying to find my place here in Dallas. When I got here, I ran into Natalie through meeting her through CJ, and it just she kind of brought me up under her wing and just invited me to everything, and I started to kind of see what Dallas had to offer, because I really wasn't leaving the house. But just her inviting me in open arms and just inspiring me is just something I really want to say thank you to you, Natalie, while we're on here. But Dallas Divinepreneurs Network I made it specifically for Christian women to network with one another, Christian women that are in business to support one another, and inspire each other to grow. I have my first event, which Miss Natalie pushed me to start because I
love it.
I was a little bit nervous to do. And it is September 9th. It is a brunch, Denim and Diamonds, Divine Connections brunch at the Henry in downtown, in the Victory Park area of Dallas. And it was sold out. It did sell out pretty quickly, but I just had a woman today tell me she couldn't make it. So I do have one spot available. And since I'm on the show, I feel like I should give that ticket away for free, because she wanted me to give it away for free since she couldn't make it. I was going to refund her. She's like, no, just give it to somebody. So if there is anybody here that is watching and you want to join us at the brunch, I would love to have you. And you can find that
Amazing.
You can find it on my website at jaleesabuck.com.
Thank you. I was just going to say, tell everybody your website real quick so they know where to go. Amazing. So thank you, Jaleesa. I'm going to hand it over. We're going to hand it over like we on the news. We're going to hand it over to Natalie Clark. Back to you, Natalie. Natalie Clark, the amazing Natalie Clark, the next Jack, I'm Jackie of all trades. So the next Jackie of all trades, Jackiest of all trades, Natalie Clark. She is the CEO of the founder of I Am Strong. Natalie is out here in these streets doing amazing things. I'm giving her flowers too. Natalie has a mentoring program for boys and girls from the ages 11 through 17 in the Dallas area, Mansfield area. But she is doing great things and she has a heart and I see it in her. And I'm going to let you talk about it, but I want to give you your flowers now before I really just start talking more. We'll be here all night. Okay, go, Natalie.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm Natalie Clark, the founder of I Am Strong. My background, I've been in education for over 20 years, and I'm just big on community, empowerment, and mentorship. And so one of my big focuses for empowerment is that I want to be able to bring women together to show that we can stand together, work together, and be able to add value to each other. I always say I'm just showing my heart. I'm just so genuine. If I see something in a woman or a person in general, I'm just going to push them, encourage them, and let them know you're ready. You just got to make the first step and get started. As I said, I'm an educator, and so I see the need for mentors. 1 out of 3 children grow up without a mentor or someone that they can identify with as a positive role model in their lives. And so I have mentored so many children in districts in which I've worked for that I decided that I was going to step out on faith and start my own mentorship to just give myself the opportunity to talk about topics and to pour into our children the way that they need in order to be able to just live in the real world. So the more real life experiences that we expose our children to, the more prepared they'll be when it's time to step out into the real world on their own.
Absolutely.
So which kind of led me to my first event. And my first event was a Black History program. And I wanted to showcase different aspects of the Black culture. So we hear so many different things, but instead of just hearing things, I wanted people to be able to see the positive things that just come along with our culture, the music, the dance, the spoken word, all of that. And at the end of the night of the performance, I wanted to be able to bless a child with a scholarship. And so I'm now preparing for year 3. I've been able to do that. I also have other community events that I host to be able to empower people, but my focus is really on women as well. I started this whole Walking in My Purpose initiative, and my goal with that was, as I network and as I meet different women that are walking in their purposes, for us to be able to stand together, support each other, share information about what we're doing. We never know when we're in the presence of someone and what they're going to need. Somebody may need a branding coach. Somebody may need to come on Mamapreneur Podcast and be able to just showcase what they're doing and promote their business. So I'm grateful for you reaching out to women of all different walks of life that are just walking in their purpose and bringing them on your show to be able to share what they're doing.
Thank you.
I was able to host. So one of the things about me, I use the word intentional a lot because everything about me is really intentional. Everything that I do, the people that I connect with, what I stand for, how I interact, how I carry myself, everything's intentional. If I'm saying that I'm mentoring and I have these young people that are looking up to me and other women that are looking up to me, I have to be intentional about the things that I do. And it's not hard because it's from my heart and what I've always done. The difference is I kind of shied back and been that person in the background that will be there for everyone. But I feel that God has really guided me and has me walking in my purpose so that my light can shine and I can be an inspiration to other people as well as be inspired by their journeys as well. And I'm just truly grateful. I'm happy. I'm at peace. I love what I do. I love connecting with so many people that are just doing amazing things. I think we all have it in us. The only thing that separates us from the people that are not doing it is that we are taking the risk and we are doing it. And until you really realize what gifts you have and step out on faith and do it, you'll never know the lives that you'll touch. You'll never know the impact that you'll have. And you'll never know the people that you'll connect with.
And God won't let you, and if you trying to hide from it, God gonna continue to give you that nice tap. I call it the tap yep. on the shoulder. Like, all right, now quit playing. He didn't say that literally. That's me saying, that's me talking for God at the moment. He's saying, all right, now get out there, right. Start that business. Wake you up at 3 a.m. Start that business. Yep. So yes, you just said a word, just right there about getting out there and just doing it. And that's what this platform is about. Even for the ones, it doesn't matter where you are in your entrepreneurial journey. So even just the thought of it, okay, I want to become an entrepreneur. All right, well, let me get out here and at least start it, one step at a time. You don't have to do it all, just one step at a time. And so Natalie, so I'm gonna give a story real quick. So I talked with the first half of the ladies on how we met. So I'm gonna give little tidbits on how I met Natalie, how I met Jaleesa. And so Natalie has these dinners and she connects female entrepreneurs from all over the DFW area. And I went to my first one was it last month, Natalie?
Yes, July.
Last month, and really got to connect with Jaleesa and some of the other ladies, and everyone was so nice. And it was good to hear everyone's stories and connected with quite a few of the ladies. And Jaleesa and I really connected and just chatted about, her brand and everything that she's doing. And, she's new to Dallas. And I just thought it'd be a great way. Like, hey, get on this podcast and talk about everything that you're doing. I'm really big on you never know where your next collaborator, investor, or customer will come from. Talk about it. The more you talk about your business, the more you talk about your brand, you just never know who may need it. That's why at the beginning of this episode, I had any entrepreneur in the audience. I made sure that you all put your links in the chat because you never know who may need your services. So same situation. And then just Jaleesa and I just having a conversation about what she does. I'm like, all right, let's connect. And then Natalie had another one on last week and was able to connect with more ladies. And so I love what you're doing with the brunches and connecting people. And it's all about just getting together. And it's not, I always tell people it's not a competition out there. It's room for everybody to eat, everybody to grow and learn from one another and collaborate. So I'm just glad that you ladies are here, and I appreciate you all. Jaleesa, what do you have next for your brand, honey? What's next?
Yeah, so I've been in the waiting room, like you were talking about earlier, in that period of just waiting to hear from God. And I'm being redirected into something that gives me a lot of fear. And that's how I kind of know that God is leading me there. I'll just say, a few years ago, I wrote down a list of everything that I felt God had for me, but it wasn't until just recently someone spoke into my life that this is what I'm supposed to be doing, and just confirmed what I kind of already knew. And so it is to be a speaker and to get up on the stage.
You better come on. You better work, speaker. Yes.
And I'm so scared. I'm not gonna lie, but because I have stage fright, and I do get nervous when I'm put on the spot. But I know that this is what I have to do, and so now I'm just in the background, kind of working on how to get out there and get my first speaking engagement. And maybe one day my own conference. So that's what I'm working on now. It's coming soon. I know it's going to be amazing. I've been sitting in the quiet for a while, and even now, if people go follow me on Instagram, I'm taking a break for a week from social media, just really focusing and listening for God in this time of transition. So, but of course, I'm still coaching, I'm still doing all the things, but this is just something that I'm adding to my repertoire.
Okay, well, it is done.
Yes.
All right.
All of that, it is done. So let me tell you something, Jaleesa. So I am afraid to do public speaking. We almost 2.5 years into this show. I was scared as hell when I was asked to do this show. I was scared out of my mind when it was asked of me, hey, you want to come on my show and host, or do you want to host your own? And really had to go to God and pray on that, because I was like, you want me? Who's scared to talk in front of people? And here we are, 52 episodes later.
Yeah.
So it can be done. Tracy, who was on earlier, again, people see things in you that you don't see. So Kesha seeing it in me to do this show. Tracy seeing it in me to be a speaker at her conference to talk about the importance of collaboration amongst entrepreneurs. And luckily it was something I knew to talk about, but I was so scared.
Yeah. But
God got me through it. I prayed before I got on. My mama, my best friend, they were out there, and I got a lot of good feedback. And the cool part about it, any business, even with speaking, you're going to learn. It's going to be a learning lesson. And there's some things you like, all right, okay, I saw what I did this time. Okay, I'll do this. You'll change it up. And then you'll get so good at it. You don't need no cards. You don't need your phone. You'll just, you'll just say whatever the Lord puts on your heart, and you're going to be just fine. So I can't wait to be front row with some pom-poms like I'm your mama, be out there with some pom-poms. So I am excited for you. Yes. I can't wait. Speaker, we're going to have to talk offline about that, because
for sure.
I need assist.
I need all the assistance, support, and motivation possible here.
I'm adding it to my repertoire too. So that's why I was like, yeah, we'll talk. I know a few speakers and sitting in on some webinars pretty soon. So yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Well, congratulations, Miss Jaleesa. Step on out.
Thank you.
Yes, I'm so proud of you. Oh God. Okay, Natalie, GOAT. What's next for you, GOAT?
Well, I just want to say an interesting fact as well. I was always reluctant to be publicly speaking as well. But God had already put this in my heart, and I was like, God, now you sure about that? But when you pray for you to decrease and God to increase, and for him to order your steps, He will guide you, and he will allow you to be able to do what you were so fearful of. And you will do it effortlessly because it's all divine by God. So I just wanted to put that out there because as I've been sitting here listening, I'm like, you know what? We all were scared to talk. And we all doing it. I mean, and it's because God has a word for us to get out. And so we have to just start and do it. But I have Women Who Inspire and Uplift luncheons that I will be hosting monthly or at least very frequently with Dr. Rena Lyons and Dr. May Lee. Each month, we will be focusing on a topic, and we will be bringing in a panel of experts on that topic and giving women the opportunity to network, share, and see how we can inspire each other based on what the topic is and what we're there for. So I'm really excited about that. Mm-hmm. That's on September the 16th. As Robin said, I've always put dinners together for women because I'm big on finding your tribe. I'm big on relationship. We don't fit in with everybody, but God has a tribe out there for all of us. So I started the empowerment dinners because I wanted to be able to connect with women, no competition, just to be able to meet other women and create and build a sisterhood. And so I do those monthly dinners. So the next one is September the 29th. They're always a theme. I love to see the women all dressed up with the theme. I always have a topic in mind that I want to talk about that kind of help guide the evening. At the end, just a little something that I throw in just to kind of know why did I pick the color, why we are there. And so that's September the 29th. I still have 3 spots for that one. I'm excited. It is a private group. I don't want it to be like it's a party or it's a hangout, so just anybody can come. I'm intentional. I reach out to women that I've met through networking or women that I've met that are transplanted here in Dallas, but want to basically network with other women. So I reach out to them and extend the invitation. And I think I also have something that I'm working on that I'm waiting to share. But my goal is to not just stay here in Texas. My goal is to go to whatever doors that God has opened for me. I'm wanting to make my way around Texas. So right now I'm working on some things in Austin. And then November 11th, I will be hosting the second Walking in My Women's Conference in Charlotte, North Carolina. I have some other cities lined up on down the line for 2024, but I'm not sharing those yet.
In due time. I love it. Again, Jackiest of all trades. I'm dead serious. When I get my first shirt made, when my friend bring me the prototype, I'm like, yeah, I got a shirt. We need to get Natalie's size. Just go ahead and send it over to Natalie. First and foremost, thank you, ladies, so much for joining me tonight. I'm glad that my audience got to see how much I adore you ladies and what you're doing. So thank you. Thank you to my ladies who were on earlier, Eugenia and Tracy. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming on. Thank you all for tuning in tonight for episode 52 of the Mamapreneur Podcast. Don't forget, I'm doing a drawing after tonight's show, so please make sure you share and type hashtag Mamapreneur in the comments. Also, save the date, September 18th. I am doing a webinar on how to get more peeps in the seats. Amen. More peeps in the seats. So look out for marketing for that. And so you can register. There will be limited seating for the event, but it'll be virtual webinar, but it's limited seating anyway. So look out for that. And make sure you're following the Mamapreneur Podcast platforms. That's Facebook, YouTube, IG, TikTok, LinkedIn, We everywhere. We outside. We are really everywhere, literally. So make sure you're following our platforms. Also, make sure you're following the Power Team platform for the other shows that are on the Power Team platform. And thank you guys so much again for gracing us with your presence. And I will see you all in 2 weeks. Have a good night.